and I was not missing the NBA Finals for nothing. We worked too hard to get to this point, and I was gonna, even if I had a broken leg, I was gonna play.
Dang, low key though, he did say that though. He said he's not gonna miss the finals if he had a messed up leg, and it did come to him. Proof NBA jinx are real. Part 1 right here, man. Let me know if y'all want part 2. Let's get it.
If you happen to know someone who is very superstitious and, like, let's say believes in jinxes, then you know how annoying it can get living with that person. Just ask Skip Bayless's wife, Ernestine, for example.
So she still doesn't get the jinx rules. I told her, just don't bother me. Don't open the door. I'm in my room watching my 2 TVs.
I say, Skip, how can I change that game? Because I opened the door? This is insane.
She always says, I'm in Century City in Los Angeles, and just because I opened a door, it changed the game in Kansas City? Yes!
If
yeah, that's
you're
crazy.
still not familiar with this concept, it basically means bad luck. You also could look at it as a curse, which is pretty much the same thing as a jinx. By the way, feel free to check out my NBA curses video after this one.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
check it out.
a simple example might be if you want a particular team to win, but you're not gonna say it out loud because you don't want to jinx them. Now, you might not believe in this sort of mumbo jumbo, but if you stick around, then maybe I can make you into a believer. So without further ado, enjoy the video.
Listen, you gotta convince me, man. You gotta convince me.
Now, it was actually what Chris Paul said right after Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals that inspired me to make this video.
You have done something no other team has done, which is go up on 3-1 on the Clippers in a playoff series.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about 3-1.
This
Got a lot of good
postseason.
experiences with that.
I understand. I get that.
By CP3 cutting Rachel Nichols off, it seems like he's very much aware of what talking about something could cause, because he knows that putting that 3-1 lead energy out there could actually have the opposite effect and lead to misfortune. Who knows, maybe him quickly nipping her question in the butt actually saved them, because as we all know, they were fortunate enough to not blow that 3-1 lead. And it might have had something to do with Chris's quick thinking to not allow her to jinx them.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about 3-1.
Maybe.
But Donovan Mitchell wasn't so lucky. When the Utah Jazz took a commanding 3-1 lead over the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the 2020 NBA playoffs, Mitchell had no problem talking about it.
But, you know, we're looking to close the series out, man. We still got one more game left, Jared, and that's really what's on my mind. We have one more game, and I want to win. I know we want to win. I speak for my teammates when I say we want this. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing really wrong with what he said, but even I knew from that point forward, as he was walking away from that post-game interview, that he might have inadvertently jinxed his team.
The Denver Nuggets will extend their season to
Game
crazy. 6. They do it on the back of Jamal Murray's 42 points.
Jokic finding Murray. Murray does
Hold up. Oh my God, that shot was disgusting though. Okay.
That might be the dagger. Wow. Back-to-back wins facing elimination.
Won another one. That's tough.
A game 7. What a game. They missed the layup. Gobert got it. Mitchell hanging in the other end. 2 seconds for the win.
Yeah, that's tough. They definitely jinxed them. It definitely blew that lead, man. That is mad tough. Donovan Mitchell and jinxed his team to blow that 3-1 lead.
Now sure, it's not always an automatic death sentence when you talk about 3-1 leads. Take for instance when Joel Embiid made a funny joke following a 3-1 lead that his Sixers just took over the Nets in the first round of the 2019 NBA playoffs.
We're to be up 3-1, so we definitely don't want to be in a situation like the Warriors 2 years ago.
Yeah, I messed up. I remember he said that now. He said that now.
Basically asking for it. That's like playing with fire. Just very dangerous to even joke like that when your team has a chance to advance to the next round. But lucky for he and the Sixers, they managed to not collapse and fortunately moved on. I don't think Embiid ever really blew a 3-1 lead after that joke, but he didn't necessarily have all that much success following the joke either. The Sixers actually blew a couple 2-1 leads ever since, along with being swept as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if that day comes where he does blow a 3-1 lead. I would watch my back if I was him. Now, CP3 didn't entirely escape from being jinxed that night. He was still a victim to a smaller degree in that same game. Towards the end, Chris Paul was at the free throw line trying to put the game away when suddenly this graphic pops up on the screen.
Ah,
It was
Lord.
trying to tell all of us watching at home that he made 35 consecutive free throws, which is a cool little fun fact, but they seriously had to show us that when he was trying to win the game?
Yo, that's tough. And then he missed it. That's tough. They jinxed him. Yo.
Luckily, it didn't have that much impact on the final outcome. You know what? How about we dive into
Yo, they
the
did
free
jinx
throw
them,
line
though.
jinx even more, shall we? There are countless examples of this, but here are just a few that I picked out.
Dylan Brooks has found out of the game, JJ 91%.
As soon as they called it out.
Not to say him, not to jinx him. He's better than
He missed both? No way he misses both. He missed both? Just by the announcer saying something? 18 of 18 career best, he just said. 17 for 17 tonight.
For 18 for 18 and a 3-point lead.
Harden. And he breaks. That's tough. He missed. Wow.
So during this particular one, from what I could hear, I think the Clippers announcers were actually trying to put this so-called jinx to the test on Clint Capella by intentionally saying things to mess him up, and apparently it worked.
Say it again.
Well, they haven't missed a free throw. They're 19 of 19.
All night. They haven't missed at all. So why would they do it now?
And it worked.
Not only did he miss, he didn't even hit the rim. Did it?
That's why they have to stop.
Everybody was surprised. Where did that go? See, the power of the mind that we have when you really focus is pretty good.
So they did it on purpose.
I guess this really is a jinx. During a post-game press conference immediately following the Warriors winning the 2018 NBA championship, Klay Thompson was asked by a reporter how his ankle was feeling in reference to Game 1 of that 2018 finals, where he suffered a high ankle sprain after J.R. Smith awkwardly fell on his leg after a steal attempt. But like the true champion he is, refused to let it bother him and just kept playing in the series.
Klay, how's that ankle feeling?
That don't even matter at this point. Can't really feel it, but that's okay. I got all summer to get back, and I was not missing the NBA Finals for nothing. We worked too hard to get to this point, and I was gonna. Even if I had a broken leg, I was gonna play. Probably not, but I would have tried to play. Keyword try.
Even Draymond knocked on the table.
Now, why do I bring this up, you may ask? Well, if you take a second, you'll realize that in just the very next finals, Klay kinda got what he asked for.
Yep, he messed up his whole leg.
And a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee.
Dang, low key though, he did say that though. He said he's not gonna miss the finals if he had a messed up leg, and it did come to him.
Even though it was said in jest, him saying that even a broken leg couldn't stop him from playing was put to the test in the following finals. Although he didn't exactly suffer a broken leg, it was still a pretty serious injury, and of course wasn't able to continue playing like he did in the previous finals. So was something out there listening to what he said in 2018 and as a result made it a reality?
Tough.
I mean, Draymond Green tried to knock on wood.
Yeah, I told you,
after
Draymond
he
even
said
knocked on
that,
the wood.
But apparently that wasn't enough. Moral of the story is, he should have been careful what he asked for.
Dang, man. Hey, bro, is NBA Jinxes real, man? Let me know if y'all want part 2 or not, bro. But I hope y'all will enjoy this video. If you watch this right now, appreciate you. See you in the next video, bro. Bye.